Alright, up next, Torios, which is right next door. So if anybody decides to attack that, we'll be right next to it. There we go, everything's cleared off. Let's see what this castle looks like. Oh boy. So, we'll go for this one again like usual. I do wish they let you load up some troops here, maybe make a bigger platform, load up like a group of 15 or 20 so you can at least start with a decent fight instead of like trickling up. That'd be kind of cool if you could do that. It also would be cool if they let you command these things, so you could just maybe get a spot where you can throw some archers up and just let them skirmish with them. Go. This is going to be mayhem. Absolute mayhem. I fell off. Got a nice little foothold up here again. Let's keep the archers from reoccupying this this tower over here. Oh, they're doing it from down there. Yep, I see them. I see you sneaky little bastards. Yep, here they go. Oh, this side. Yep, there's more coming. Oh, yeah, they got in here. So I'd have to take some people with me to help defend this. They're still sneaking up there, unfortunately. It's really hard to watch both. I guess from back here it's okay. This is still cleaned out. Let's keep an eye over here. What are we looking at? 234 is not bad. That's not bad. Oh, that siege tower is dead. They shot it too many times. What are we getting shot at? Okay, I think if we can make our way over to the main gate, we could shift these guys over and then come in through there. My way over there. They're sending more reinforcements. Yep, more archers. I can't. There's just so many of them I can't even walk through. Okay, cleared it again. Dude, they have so many reinforcements. Alright, I'm gonna clean this up. This is taking forever. Okay, I take it back. They did not kill the siege tower. We can still get down from here if we need to. There we go. Took the castle. Didn't take too many losses. That was a good one. And now, there is a small army here, but now I think we probably need to bait them in so that we don't have to chase them. But let's see. Yeah, they're really not doing too well. They're really not doing too well. But we can't really fight them until we heal up anyway, so let's just chill for a little bit. It's just wandering around aimlessly. All right, let's head up to Rote. And we'll see if that army... Nope, they just broke up. So I think what we'll probably do... I'm going to try to speed this up quite a bit. I'm going to edit a lot of this out because this is getting a little repetitive. I know I said I was going to show only the beginning, and I started to show more. Because some of the battles were kind of interesting, but now we've done all the shenanigans several times, I think. So let me get to work. We'll give you updates and go from there. There we go. Took that one. And we have a nice little party here waiting for us. They probably could have attacked. I think they had similar or more numbers than we did, and they also had a garrison here, but they decided not to, so. Anyways, this place is in great shape. We'll leave it on train militia. It's probably going to go to somebody else. And let's move on to the next town. We took another town. This was Jalmaris. And you can see another contingent waiting for us. Alright, so I want to find out where these people are going to go. They do have an army there, and then a bunch of loose parties. I would like to come back here and take Oris de Coris, but I think we need to take out that army first, because as soon as we leave, they're going to be coming at us, I think. So, let's see where he's going to disperse to. Looks like he's going to go back home, but I'm sure, like I said, once we leave, he's going to come back, so we'll probably try and bait him in. Maybe we can get him to attack. Oh, look at that. We finally showed up on the list to take a fief. It's been a long time, but fair enough, we'll take it. This one's in pretty good shape as well. Let's let them attack it. Yeah, I was going to get in there and try and fix it up, but we'll do that after. There we go, 800 versus 1800, should be an easy one. Alright, pretty easy fight, we lost a single person. I had to do it twice because they spawned inside our formation again. I don't remember what we lost in the first part, but it wasn't that much. So here we go. Bunch of nobles taken a prisoner, and we will move on to the next. I think we'll go to Aristocoris now. I don't see another settlement here, or a sorry, I don't see another army, so I think we're good to go. I'm gonna head south. It's gonna be hard if we get attacked. We're gonna have to rip back here, but I don't think we have time to get back there in time. Actually, before we go, let's take a look at the prisoners. Don't know. Garios. Yeah, I don't think we have anybody actually. Yep, nobody here. Okay, we'll leave all these people to rot, and we'll go take another settlement. Guess we're signing a trade agreement with the North, which is fine. They don't have much left, and we'll go after them soon. Now, unfortunately, as soon as we started the siege, they did another one. So Jamaris is being besieged, or I think we're just gonna have to give it up. There's no way we get back there in time, and I don't want to have to travel down here. It took us several days just to get down here because our army's so big. So I think we'll just tough it out. It looks like Jamaris just fell. I saw it pop off. Yeah, we had it highlighted here. It's no longer there, so I'm pretty sure they just took it. They don't have a big army. It was only like 500 people, so I doubt he's going to be able to move on and take something else. We'll just take it back when we get up there again. So we need to deal with this first. This is one of the most lopsided ones I've ever seen, and it's usually when they have these little protrusions like this. These are really, really hard to defend, especially when you have this many archers. But look at that, 300. We've got 0 deaths, only 1 injury so far. It's great. They're going to lose everything before they even get a kill, I bet. It's pretty wild. Right, yep, like I said, we lost 0 people. We do have to fight a keep battle, so if that's the thing that gets us, that'd be kind of funny. Alright, yep, as expected, we lost somebody. I even used Huskarls to try to not lose anybody, but that's how it happens. So that is Aristocoris, the castle. We are quickly leaving this behind, and we need to go take back Jamaris. Hopefully we can get the vote back for that as well. I think that'd be really good. Okay, yeah, we definitely don't want it. We'll give it to somebody else. And then Jamaris, when we take it back, we should be on there. As a previous owner, we are pretty high up on the list as well, so I think it'll be fine. Alright, these guys will not leave. I waited a few minutes. They're just not backing out. So they seem to be stuck in here. That's fine. We'll fight them as well. There's only supposed to be about 400, 500 people in here, but with all the extra parties, we got some stragglers. Now, the walls are still mostly down. I guess that one did repair some. So it shouldn't be as bad to take this one down. There we go. Just finished. And we took a few losses, but not too bad. Took a long time, but here we go. We got our town back. Hopefully it remains in our hands. Let's wait a minute and make sure. Here we go. Jamaris, and yeah, we're on the list. So we'll definitely vote to take that back. And let's see how beat up it is now that we had to take it back twice. Yep, not happy about that, but it is what it is. Let's wait here for a minute. All right, they are down to 3. Yeah, 2 towns and a castle. So we'll start working on that. Then we'll probably finish off Southern Empire next, maybe. And then part of the north. Oh, they lost Kuyaz. So after I took that back from them. But yep, making progress. But let's head to Zeonica. Right, there's several thousand troops here. They're trying to run the blockade. I guess they don't want to because we have so many heavy ships. I guess they think they can't win, which they probably can't, to be honest. But I'm kind of surprised they're in the water now just waiting. So, but anyways, we're going to take the walls down and then we'll assault. I'm going to take these nice and slow. So I really don't want to lose our army here. All right, they are trying to run the blockade so we can defend or lift. And why does it say they have 2,800 troops? Oh yeah, I guess they've been stacking up the little parties. I was going to say the only thing I've seen was this 400, and then their garrison we took down to like less than 4. Can't even find it. There's so many people here. I can't even see the garrison. Maybe the garrison doesn't sally out for the siege, the naval battles. I don't know. Either way, we got to win this. So we're just going to use 8 heavy ships. I don't even know, like half these people are just terrible, but I think there's enough decent ones we can throw them on the ships. Yeah, our people are pretty good, but like this lady's got 3 perks, so that's not going to work. Okay, here we go. It's going to be 8 ships. Dromachian. Do we want to use the Dromachian over a round? I don't think so, because the round's really good with archers, and that's kind of the mainstay of our army here. And they have longship, heavy, heavy, heavy. Oh, they have a lot of heavies too, but they have quite a few mediums. So they're going to be at a pretty big disadvantage. I think we just wait for them to come to us. They've, let's see, the wind is going against, so it's actually in their favor. But let me get them a little closer and then we'll come back. I have like almost no health, so we don't have a whole lot of options here but to just avoid fighting on our ship, and hopefully our companions can clean up the rest. Okay, here we go. They're pretty close. Our ships are trying to avoid contact if we can, but I don't know if that's going to really work out too well. We're getting hit. What the heck are we doing? Here we go. We're just going to tell everybody to target something, and then let's get in there. They have ballistas, and we don't. We have one, but they're getting some pretty good hits on us. Let's try to board and destroy this one real quick. Oh yeah, look at that. It's a good start. A lot of green. Kind of surprised we finally got a naval battle. Okay, so this one is pretty much empty. No, they have 8 people left. Where are they? I see 0. Alright, let's get back on our ship and try to... let's try to navigate to something else. What's the other ship we can get to? These are all friendly. We're doing pretty darn well, though. I mean, it's hard to get the same kind of numbers that we were getting on the other one, but on the land battles, still not too bad. Let's go ahead and go around the outside. We'll pull up along the outside of this medium ship, this Liburna, or whatever the heck it is, and then we'll try to destroy them. We're starting to lose some ground here, so let's kick it into gear. It's because, like, what are you doing, dude? Get over here and help. Which ship is that? Is it this guy? Yeah, it is. Alright, get over here and do something useful, please. Yeah, they're almost out of troops, actually. Let's go ahead and board this one. There we go. There, I don't even know where the troops are. I guess they're way over there. Let's get some javelins behind them. Oh, is that it? No, they were shouting like they were winning, but... yeah, I don't think they have too much left. 70 people left. See, this is the problem when you bring a big army with very few big ships, is you can't really field them, so they just end up not really helping you too much. So that's why I wanted all heavy ships, so that we could at least do a full engagement. There's no reinforcements in naval battles. Okay, here we go. Let's finish these guys. I think this is like their last stand here. Good luck with that. They're all dead. They've got... oh, they still have a ship over there. Yeah, they still have a ship over there with a decent amount of people on it. Let's go conquer those. And this ship still hasn't gotten over here. What? I told him to leave a long time ago. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, they're all dead. I was gonna say, I don't really know where they are. It doesn't look like they have any left. So that did still cost us 103 people lost, unfortunately. Oh man, it devastated our archers. Look at that. 12? This is like 10 or 15 fiefs worth of losses. Kazam lost a bunch of archers. Yeah, this was terrible. Alright, no more naval battles. That was not good. We're gonna have a lot of prisoners to take, so let me just scoot through this real quick. We got access to a Corbetta, a Dow, and a Droman. For sure we'll take the Droman. I guess it just take the ships. I don't really care at this point. We're probably going to be doing a whole lot on the water. Luckily we still have enough HP. We can just immediately assault, and they're down to 250 on the garrison. All infantry though. You know, it might be worth it to starve these guys out, because that was brutal. Last time I assaulted this, they were quite strong. They are starving. We'll unfortunately get some of the militia back in though. Maybe it's not worth it. Yeah, let's just go in. Right, we took it with a few casualties. Kind of expected though. They were holding the breaches really well. I don't feel like fighting this. I'm just going to auto-resolve. Nice. No losses again. And we've got a lot of people in our prisoner hold. We need to deposit so they don't get out from that naval battle. There's probably even more in our companions. So let's check out this dungeon. We do have to resolve serfdom, villages, grant, influence, towns gain security but lose militia. I think that's probably okay, because the militia is really terrible in this patch. It used to be really good when you could auto-resolve, but now that you can't auto-resolve, I don't think they're really worth it. Here we go, prisoners. Oh, you know what? There's some people in here we could at least try to recruit. It might not be a bad idea. So I know Vipon for sure is one, but isn't that Yeah, they have only 3 people in their kingdom, in their clan, so that's probably not worth it. Gyarios, obviously we can do that once we eliminate his kingdom, but we need to do that first. Fostor might be one. No, it's Disporian. Do we see Disporian in here? Yep, there he is. There's also a Batanian in here that we've got okay relations with, and he's a clan tier 5, so I think that's probably worth a chat. Right, yep, we can get 100% on the double chat pass. We're not falling for that garbage again. Just do any other one. 52% chance gave it to us, so now we can take him in. He has 400k on him, so he's actually doing pretty well. I wouldn't mind giving him a little bit of money though. Give him another 100k. So that's a big clan that we'll take in. And who else? So let's get rid of all these. Disporian is also a decent one, but he hates us, so that's not going to work. I think we'll try to get Gyarios if we can. We could technically get Disporian, we just need to release a bunch of his people if we have enough of them, and it looks like we might, because he has a lot of people in here. So maybe let's do that. Let me look through and take all of his people, and we'll try and release them. So Agnala, well anyways, what clan is he? Lonalian. So let me go through and release these people. All right, there we go. We went through and got them all. We have 8, so that's going to give us plus 80. Potentially a little bit more. I don't know that that's enough, actually. I don't know that that's going to be enough. Because we're at minus 100, we're going to be at like minus 20 still. I don't think it's a good idea. So we'll let them go. It is what it is. We do have that new kingdom in here. Let's see, they have 0 fiefs. It is a Batanian. So what I'm going to do is go through here and let's try to take out some fiefs. Actually, do we have any that we need to give away? And if not, we'll start ripping some from people and trying to give it to him. So what do we have? We have Ab Khmer. That is absolutely Batanian. We can give that to Fendurngal. Baron is not the right one. Usank, that's not. Uthalam, there we go. These guys have quite a few castles, and that's not even the right one for them. So settle this to someone else. It's going to cost us 370 to do that. And we wanted to go to Ergion. Yep, that's exactly what we wanted. Perfect. So it just cost us a little bit of influence, but it's not a big deal. We'll shuffle around some. So let me continue to do this. I'll find a few more so they have 4 or 5, and then we should be good. We gave him one of our castles, and then we ripped 2 from somebody else. Let's also give him Dungalinus, just to make sure he's going to have enough money to field some troops. So that should help quite a bit. And then we're also going to take ownership of Zionica. We'll keep these Empire towns until we can give it to somebody. I don't necessarily want them, but when we convert somebody over, we need to give them something. So, and I don't want to keep ripping stuff off of people's hands that have been building it up. So, this ain't communism, but kind of is a little bit. All right, let's continue. We've got 2 more to go, Onika and Poros. Let's go for the castle. Hey, look at that. We got our first child coming of age, Saksa. That is a female, if I recall. So this is her growing up and us tapping the floor. I don't know what that means, but there you go. I don't know what this is supposed to represent. Her doing hopscotch, and then we're like super proud of her. I've got 2 kids. I wouldn't be that proud if they did hopscotch unless they were like injured. And then they figured it out, or they're just starting to walk. That was like a teenager. So come on, dude. Good job. Get out there. Go do something useful now. So where is she anyways? Saksa at Havalvik. Perfect. We can call her in at some point once we're out of the siege. Now, what do we want to have her do? Because she actually has some pretty good stats. I can't look at it from here. Actually, I can go into the editor. So, yeah, engineering, or what is her attributes? 7 intelligence. So that's should be really good for leading a party. But anyways, let's keep going. So I want to starve this garrison out. They're already starving. It was only 2 days from when we started. So there we go. Garrison is starving still. Let's wait a few days and then we'll go in. Yeah, I don't know what they did to the starving mechanic, but they completely neutered it. It takes forever to starve people out. Like these guys have been starving for a week, more than a week. Yeah, it's like a week and a half to 2 weeks. They've had no food and they still have this much. I don't know how much time it is. It's been a while, and they're losing like 10 people a day. If I had no food, I would probably not last for weeks and weeks. For as much as we starved them out, that was ridiculous, man. We lost 55 people. They just, they wouldn't let us in, and we couldn't go in. Or the ways that we went in were not good. So, anyways, we'll keep going. If these guys want war with Sturgia, we are going to downvote it. And then we'll give this one to the new guy, since he's only got a handful of fiefs. There we go. He should be happy now. And we do not want peace with these guys. We are going to continue fighting until they're fully gone. I want them off the map. Let's also call the rest of the kingdom in and just get this thing done. Here we go. Luckily, only one person jumped in before we can get there. Now there is a harbor here, so unfortunately they're gonna probably try and jump in. So what we might want to do is just bite the bullet. We'll have to siege with siege equipment, and it's going to be heavy losses. But there's only 600 there, so. And what I'm thinking we might do is just go. Oh boy, declaring war on Northern Empire. These guys are like bloodthirsty. Just finish this war, man. It doesn't feel as bad as it was before. Like they would try and shove it down your throat 10, 15 times in a month. Oh, interesting. I didn't realize Saxa doesn't have any points attributed. So we could max out a bunch of this. Wow. That is really strong. Yeah, we can max out her intelligence and just about halfway to social. And we can get a lot of this stuff maxed out as well. So, yeah, she would, I think she would be a really good party leader for sure, but definitely somebody we could even play as if we didn't want to, if we wanted to veer away from the personal combat. So it's an interesting way to do it. We'll mess with her later. Yeah, we don't have time right now. All right, we got everything off the walls. This is not a very well developed place. They didn't build siege engines very quickly, so hopefully it's not too bad on the inside. They're not doing too well. So we've killed 230, they've killed 1. So this one should be over fairly quickly. All right, we were able to pretty much clean it out. They've got a handful of people left. I might back out after. Yeah, I'd rather auto-resolve on the main screen than on a keep battle. So let's do that. 1 loss, that's fine. It's better than the 4 or 5 it would have given us on the keep. There we go, they are eliminated. But now we're at war with all the little clans. And I don't think we have a chance of recruiting any more of them. So we need to do that probably at the beginning of the war, actually, next time. We'll try to recruit some of them. Well, that's kind of tough if they have fiefs, because they don't want to give up the fief a lot of times. Or they don't, yeah. They're harder to do if they have a lot of land. So there we go. Western Empire's no more. Let's see who this one goes to. We do not want to go to war with Northern Empire right now. We need to recover because we just lost a lot of troops. We'll go ahead and release all the non-clan people here. So let's get rid of them all. There we go. And let's see, what are we at? 1,200? So we went from like what, 1,500 almost, or 14 something to 12, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it is when we're used to losing, 10 people per battle. We had a couple rough ones in there. All right, let's figure out what we're going to do with Saxa. So we could have her run a party, or we could have her be something in our party. We could have her do the steward role, which she would probably increase skill really fast. We don't have near our cap right now anyways. We're at we're at 345 out of 519, so I think that might not be a bad idea. Let's at least max her out on the important stuff. So she's going to look like this. Maxed out steward, maxed out bow, a little bit of athletics, medicine, and engineering. We'll let her handle this, and then when it's time to lead a party, we'll kick one of the other people out. We'll let her lead. She'll grow her skills, and then hopefully when it's time to retire, we can play as her. I think should be a good one. So let's go ahead and pull her into our party. So Saxa, recall, 1 day, 15 hours. That's fine. We need to go back and fill our parties back up anyways, right? Are these guys pretty low? They're actually not that low. We're the main ones that's low. Yeah, so that's fine. Maybe we'll just have her fight here then. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, it would be good to have some more troops here. I think Northern Empire should be the next target. I think that's the one that makes the most sense. So if we head north, we'll bypass the Southern Empire. We'll come up here. We'll either attack Myzea or Gauss Castle. I think Myzea is the one that makes the most sense because that's a much more important strategic target. Can we take our boat? We can, but it's not going to make sense. All right, owner of Poros. Probably not us. Yeah, it'll go to Ergion. So now he's got like 3 towns and 3 or 4 castles. So he's set for life. We need to get another person recruited into the kingdom so we can start giving away land to them. Although we got to be careful. We can't give away too much land or we're going to deal with influence issues. So declaring war on asteroid, that's also not going to work. Yeah, see, it's costing us 820 influence to downvote that. That's a lot. So at some point, it is going to be a problem. All right, Saxa joined. Let's make sure she's got the right equipment. Okay, there we go. That's what we got outfitted for now. She doesn't have any bow skill at all. So we need to get her leveled up so we can give her a better bow. If we look at our army screen, pretty much half of our kingdom is less than 40% of their party size. So they can't even be called in. They definitely need some time off. So we'll let them go recover. And I guess what we can do... Should we go to war? We could probably fight this. Who are they at war with anyways? So they're already fighting somebody. They're fighting the Khazaits. That's perfect. Yeah, that's good. Okay, I think we're okay. Because they're already at war with somebody that's a pretty tough opponent. So I think it's best. We'll let our people chill for a bit. We'll leave them on... okay, so declare war. We'll leave this on defensive. Does that cancel the trade agreement? And what the hell does the trade agreement even do? Maybe it gives you less trade penalty or something when you trade with them. I don't know. Yeah, maybe you like don't pay the tariff. I really don't know. But either way, let's go defensive. We'll besiege, and we'll do our best not to get surrounded by 4,000 troops. We're just about done breaking through these guys' defense on the first battle. We were able to take the walls down. Yeah, this has been a tough fight. We've already lost 43, but not bad considering we're having to fight over 1,000. I think there's like 1,100 people in the defense, so not too bad. But anyways, I'm going to clean this up. They're almost done. All right, there we go. We got it. So that's the first property or first fief to fall. Oh boy, that's a lot of Naute. We've been collecting both the Naute and the Legionary, but I'd rather have the Legionary. It's just hard to get it because they keep spamming these. So we might have to just go with these for now. And we've got a bunch of units to upgrade because we haven't really been able to get these guys recruited over. We had to take a bunch of low tier. But anyways, that's done. First town is down. We probably... we'll take a trade agreement with the SRI. We probably have to worry about a counterattack here. So I'm going to chill for a little bit. We don't have a garrison in there. We did get a lot of nobles. Holy crap, look at that. Wow. Right, they do have an Archon that was in the jail. Let's see. He's open to it. We failed the first one, but we've passed this before. Not like that, though. All right, let's put him back. Never mind. Right, this next one I'm going to try a little bit differently. So, Dolentos, he has no fiefs. Wow. Interesting. So that means he should be open to doing it, but let's see if they have any of their buddies in our jail, and then we'll release and then increase his relation before we try. Right now we're at -11, so we only need like 3 or 4, and then we'll be in good shape. So Dolentos, I'm gonna search through here and look for all the Dolentos. We will release like this one. All right, I was able to find 5 different ones, so let's take them out. We'll release them, gain our relations, and then try to convert, get that guy to defect to us. My god, she is white. Holy crap. She looks like a ghost. There we go. So yeah, we're getting 10 for each one, so we'll go from -11 to +39. And that should be more than enough to get him to defect. Okay, so we start with 100% double chat, and then a 52. Nice, we got it. Yeah, so that paid off really well. I mean, we were going to release him anyways because we're converting him to our side anyways. He's got 1 million, so we don't really need to give him any money. We'll give him the 56 that he requires, but we don't need to give him any extra. There we go. So he can have all these castles that are Empire. So why don't we go through and get rid of some of these that are owned by the wrong culture. So like this one is Empire. He's owned by a Batanian. So let's go ahead and get rid of this one. Yes, we should award it to a new clan. He's not going to be too happy about it, but he'll get over it. And then the new guy should show on there. Gifor, is that them? Yeah, they don't own anything. So we'll try and give this guy several. And look at, even their buddies are voting for him. So welcome to the family. Let me give him a few more, and then we'll continue our conquest. All right, we shuffled some fiefs around, and he is now the owner of 5 fiefs. So one of them's a town, and then 4 castles. He should have more than enough money. Are we max? We're not quite max relations with him. Let's give him a little more, even though we literally rearranged our kingdom for him. But that's fine. So that's one more that we can pull from and get troops, but I don't think we're going to be calling people to us right now anyways. They're still kind of weak. A lot of these guys are still under 100 troops, so I don't really want to mess with that. Let's just give them some time. We'll just take these sieges and stuff a little bit slower than we would normally do just to avoid taking losses. Oh crap. They're attacking our new vassal here, so let's go ahead and save him. Alright, we saved him, wiped them out with 0 losses, 0 injuries, and I don't think we need anybody else. I'm just going to keep capturing people, throwing them in jail so we can get this war over as soon as possible. If there's another fight down here, we're not going to get to it in time though. Yeah, they just captured one. Okay, well, how do we want to go about doing this? Oh, they lost Amprella, actually. I was just about to suggest we take the other town before it gets snatched up, but they beat us to it. Right, we are going to go to Gauss and then Melion. Owner of Mazea. Actually, Gifford, this is the new guy. Might want to give it to this guy because everybody else already has a couple towns and castles and stuff. So we'll help him out. Right, I did see something moving. Yep, there it is. Let's go stop that from going off. We got to defend. Alright, we were able to stop that attack. Only 2 losses. Let's get inside so we can drop all the prisoners off as well. I forgot to do that. Sure, our companions have a bunch. Here we go. Let's see how many we got in here. So we had a lot before. We've got another 5, 6. Alright, not too bad. Right, attempt number 2. Let's try and take Gauss. Crap, there's another army. Oh, it's being chased. Yeah, he's being chased by Khazate. Alright, Khazate's rocking his world now, so we don't have to worry about him. Thank you, Khazate. We will help you take this guy down, and then we'll come and pillage your lands in about a year or 2. Unfortunately, Myzea is being sieged again. I don't think Khazate's there to stop him. And we're not quite yet ready for this one. So we're just going to have to let it go, I guess. And then go back and take it again. That's really annoying because we've already taken out like 3 of these armies. Khazate took one out, but they're just summoning them out of thin air. So it is what it is. Walls are down. Let's take it. And then we'll try to go defend if it's still there. Probably not, but we'll probably end up just retaking it back then. Here we go. We took this one with not pretty reasonable losses, 26. We had to just run in. They weren't manning the walls at all, so we had to just man up. All right, that one's ours. Now we need to rush back. Try not to lose this one. Yep, that's not going to be easy.